I feel like I could be Batman. I feel like you could be Batman. Anybody could be Batman. You just gotta get the gadgets.
I'm close to God, and I was like, we had this house there, and there was like these devil statues, and I was like,
I am not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney.
Then North, she'll go to her dad. She'll be like, Dad is the best. He has it all figured out. He doesn't have a nanny. He doesn't have a chef. He doesn't have security.
So Northwest is going viral again with her shocking new look. Fake face tattoos, a grill, blue braids, and fake piercings. And people are going nuts online.
Amanda Bynes, what are they doing to that girl? Amanda Bynes Kardashians. Stop acting like this is normal. This girl is 12 with colored contacts, fake anime lashes, fake face tats, blue hair extensions, plus a blacked out girl. Like, come on, it comes to a point. Even the jewelry is frying me. Baby girl's 12 going on 29.
Now, of course, Kim's defending it and claiming that she's just letting North express herself. But Kanye is once again screaming that this is an initiation ritual and that the Kardashians are basically prepping North to become an industry puppet. And you know Kanye's been warning about this for years. When Kim first allowed North to have her own TikTok at just 9 years of age, Kanye went off and he even accused the Kardashians of keeping his kids away from him.
It's two things I said. Tell her security not finna be in between me and my kids. And also tell her don't have my daughter wearing lipstick on TikTok.
Now, a lot of people back then were calling Kanye controlling and paranoid. But fast forward to now, and everybody's saying he had a point about TikTok. Because this isn't just about tattoos or makeup. Ye's been warning about how the industry and these big corporations brainwash kids and show them content they're not supposed to see.
Let me tell you something. This is something that Zayn denounced that I know for a fact. The game Angry Birds has a motion like this. And if you remember, girls are just not known for playing a lot of video games. This game was popular with girls. It was a scientific calculation that this set off a certain dopamine specifically in the female mind. What else go like this?
Tinder. What else?
Instagram.
Instagram.
And yes, sometimes Kanye definitely went way overboard, and some of his rants were wild. But when you look a little deeper, his arguments were solid. Every time North posts, every outfit she wears, every viral tattoo, it all feeds into the Kardashian machine and the algorithm. And that's exactly what Kanye has been screaming about. Kim and her family live for attention, and they'll stop at nothing to get it, even if that means using their kids to get engagement.
I got you, Kale Honey. Let's talk about Kris Jenner's favorite secret weapon, the babies. Anytime there's a big scandal happening with this family, there's always an increase in kid content. And look, they have a lot of kids, they're always posting photos about them, but I mean, it's the amount of posts that always positively correlates to the amount of negative drama surrounding them. Let's take, for example, one Miss Kim Kardashian. So this is what her feed usually looks like. You know, she's selling Skims and perfume and doing fashion stuff, and, you know, there's a bit of kid stuff, but this is the general vibe. But when she announced her divorce, her feed suddenly became all kids, all family-friendly type of stuff. And this went on for a couple weeks while the news around the divorce was at kind of its peak intensity. And then she went back to her regular scheduled programming of sexy stuff and peddling us her wares.
The Kardashians aren't just a family. They're a full-on attention empire. Every scandal, every viral clip, every outfit, it's all planned. And it all feeds the brand. And Kris Jenner figured this out a long time ago. Controversy equals clicks. And clicks equal money.
Look at it. Wait, look at this one, you guys. Mom was like, it looks great. It looks great. Take it off. And I'm like, I don't want my boobs out, you know?
Yeah, all you gotta do is lay them in the gorgeous. It's fine.
Mom, why don't you do it?
And this is exactly why Kanye was so terrified of his kids being raised by the Kardashians. Remember when he wrote this comment on Instagram? Don't let Kris make you do Playboy like she made Kylie and Kim do. Hollywood is a giant brothel. Corn destroyed my family, and I deal with the addiction. Instagram promotes it. Not gonna let it happen to Northie and Chicago. So is North just a kid playing with style? Or is she being manipulated and pushed to be the next chapter of the Kardashian empire? Well, look at the receipts. North is just 12 years old, not even a teenager yet. And every few weeks, she goes viral for looking like a mini adult. The media blows it up, the internet reacts, and the Kardashians profit off the attention. And then this is also where all that Balenciaga stuff ties in. Remember that scandal with those disturbing campaigns and Kim refusing to cut ties with them?
The Balenciaga thing. It was like, everyone was like, why aren't you speaking out? Why aren't you speaking out? And I'm like, wait, I'm not in this campaign. I don't know what's happening. Let me like take a minute to research this. And then as soon as I saw what everyone was seeing on the internet and the reality of the situation, I completely spoke out and gave my thoughts on child, completely denounced it. But because I didn't say, Balenciaga, that's it.
So it's not just North. Like Kanye said, it's the whole of Hollywood. The fashion and entertainment world are clearly pushing children into the spotlight in ways that are uncomfortable, to say the least. Now fast forward to 2025 and we've got Northwest at 12 years old looking like a mini Balenciaga ad herself. Like, how does Kim think it's okay to let her daughter wear this, knowing what these types of masks are inspired by? And by the way, this was taken in 2022 when North was just 9. This isn't just a coincidence. The creepy masks, grown outfits, fake tattoos, grills, piercings, it's all a part of the same pattern we've seen in Hollywood. All right, now let's get into the really wild part, the Illuminati angle. And no, I'm not saying it's definitely real, but the symbolism here is weirdly on point. On the surface, North's look is just edgy preteen fashion. But when you line it up with the patterns Hollywood and the fashion world love, it starts to look like a ritual transformation. And whether you buy into the Illuminati theory or not, there is nothing normal about putting a 12-year-old through a very public process of transformation. And millions of people are watching, judging, and sharing it. That's the part Kanye has been screaming about all along. Now, on the other hand, some people are still defending Kim and saying Kanye hasn't exactly been a perfect role model for North. So yeah, from a certain angle, you could say that Kim's letting North play, explore her style, and just be a kid. But here's why most fans are siding with Kanye right now. It's not really about fake tattoos or fashion. It's the scale of exposure. North isn't just playing in her room. She's being judged, shared, and dissected by millions. And that's exactly what Kanye has been warning about. Social media and celebrity culture turning kids into brands.
Hey everybody, I just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said I'm not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney.
So it looks like Kanye is seeing the bigger picture. The corporations, the social media platforms, the brands, they're all using children for profit. And it's not just North either. We've seen this pattern in celebrity culture for years. Amanda Bynes, Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, Willow Smith, all of them were pushed into the spotlight too young and then went through a dramatic transformation. And now North is hitting that same visual language. So when you add in the Kardashian machine and Balenciaga-style symbolism, it starts to look like more than a kid expressing herself. Of course, Kim is pushing back on this and claiming that she's super protective of her kids. But see, the receipts are out there, and a protective parent doesn't use their kids as a prop for paparazzi walks. There's even been speculation that Kim might actually tip off the paparazzi herself, letting them know when she and the kids are headed to school. Gary Morgan, the former CEO of Splash News, even spilled that Kim is deep in the middle of the whole setup. And she's known to stage shots of herself and her kids to make sure the photos go exactly how she wants. And then there's also this clip that went viral a few years ago showing Kim with North and Chicago in a mall. Now, the disturbing part is that you could clearly see Chicago was completely overwhelmed by all the people screaming and taking photos. But instead of comforting her, at one point, Kim sits Chicago on her lap and turns her to face the crowd like she was putting her on display. Oh, and get this, when they were later seen leaving the mall, you could tell Kim was making sure the paparazzi could take enough photos of her and her daughters. And sure, Kim can't really stop people from recording her and the kids when they're out and about, but here's the thing, you almost never see other celebs parading their kids in front of the paparazzi like this. It's kind of wild when you think about it. Also, have you noticed how Kim and her sisters use their daughters as props in their thirst trap photos? Now, some people will say we're reading too much into it, but when you dig a little deeper into the history of Hollywood and all the sick things happening behind the scenes, you really can't help but feel some type of way about all this. Well, now I want to hear your thoughts. Is North just like any other 12-year-old experimenting with her look, or is this part of something more sinister? Do you think Kanye was right, or is he just the wrong messenger in this situation? Drop all your thoughts in the comments, and I'll catch you in this next video.